want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go, stay high! Actually, not high!
Mike,
Come on, D! Touch!
And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A huge play there for Denver, 49 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Keenum. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
We go, set. Ready? Bring. 48. Two. Mike, 27. Switch.
On first down, it's Darnold. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
36-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Run, Queen.
Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Play action. Now it's Keenum. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Mack Wilson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Keenum. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Second down and 10, Darnold. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Second and 9 at the Broncos' 32-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Charlie!
Faking the give, Darnold. And this is incomplete.
Darnold's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's third down and 9 yards to go.
They got to get to the 23 here on third.
31's the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. Hey, Orbit. Here we go, D.
Darnold from the gun. This will be caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Lady. Mike 54. Mike 54. Bravo.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
14. Broncos 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. Now Keenum. He'll find Lindsey here. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Out of the gun, Keenum. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Now Darnold. Flushed out right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Got an open man. It's Ratley. Give him 30 yards there. But one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing. Change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Darnold now to throw. Buying time to his left. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
31's the mic.
Hey, echo.
31's the mic. 31's the mic.
To throw is Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Higgins. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, Darnold. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go,
first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Mack Wilson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now Keenum able to find Sutton. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your...
And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Olivier Vernon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Keenum, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
65. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist, watch twist. Hey, check 24, check 24. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Red 80, red 80. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Wide, get wide. Joker.
Darnold. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Yo, ladies. Hey, Haywood. Check, 47. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check 50. Check 50. Under 10. Under 10.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
At the Browns' 49-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Just beating the play clock. Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58.
Hey, easy. Hey, let's go. 4th one.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Keenum. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. To throw is Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now Landry. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now it's Darnold. He's got Higgins over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Darnold now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check, 47. Army. Check 4, check. Young lady. Protein spill. Young lady. Shit. Ready. Shit. Check 99. Check 99. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Ready.
A final shot before the break. Darnold going for the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
At the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here I come. Here I come.
Here's Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Alpha. 31 to Mike. Three bucks. Watch twins. Check it out, read.
Back to throw, Darnold. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, 77 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Number 53, Mike 53. That's what I do.
Another run by Lindsey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
It's coming again.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Keenum now to throw. taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Mack Wilson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First down.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Watch the screen. 80. Watch tight end. We got 4. We go. 31's the mic. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 31's the mic.
2nd and 13. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Sanders has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. Now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Lindsey. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Throwing on 2nd down, Keenum. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing on first down is Keenum. He'll have a first down inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run.
And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. Man up, deep. Check 9, check 9. Check 3, check 3.
To throw again on second down. Darnold trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, 71 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Red 80.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Sue.
Here's Darnold. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
You can't block me. Okay. 44.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And an alley to run. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 96 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Now McManus for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, wahoo! Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Alert flare, flare.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Back to throw, Keenum. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt.
He's got a man. Complete. It's a gain of 35.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
He'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch, lady. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
54, Bravo. Check, check, block 54, block 54.
Darnold. Got an open man. It's Rattling. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
At the 22-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
At the 9-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, watch smooth. Check, check. 54.
Darnold now to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 47 for Mike, boy. 47. Check, check. 47.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Von Miller in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it.